Hi, I'm Coach Kelly, coming to you from my home office here in Northampton. Now, today I'm going to be going through the 5 key factors to become a successful affiliate marketer on Facebook. Now, what I'm not going to do is I am not going to tell you what to write and where to put your ads, but what I will do is I will share with you the 5 things that successful marketers do, because then you will learn and you can use those skills over and over and over again. So the first thing that successful affiliates are is that they're excited. Okay, they communicate with passion, and you can always spot that when you look at an ad. You can spot the boring ones, you can spot the ones where they're excited about what they're doing, and they can always tell you how excited they are to be in business. Network marketing is a fantastic business to be in when it's done correctly, so get excited about it, and that will come through in your ads. So start branding yourself as an online marketing or network marketing expert in your area. And if you're excited about your products and services, that will come through in everything that you do on Facebook. So get excited. That's the first thing. The second thing is that successful affiliates differentiate themselves. Now, I did a training program when I started this that helped me with little baby steps, because I was totally new to online marketing and that sort of thing. And it allowed me to get started quickly, but gave me a lot of help and support all the way. And I would always recommend to somebody that they find a program that will teach them the skills and give them the help and support they need right at the beginning. So I'm a big fan of this particular training program, but I would always recommend find a program that suits you. Okay, but top affiliates are always testing out new ideas and copy. So one of the things I learned was that when I place an ad, is I need to make sure I know how it's worked and how successful it's worked, and I need to test that. So it might be that you run the same ad but with a different picture until you find the picture that works best. Although there is one of the ad formats that you can do is you can run the same ad with up to 6 different pictures, and that's a very good way of testing which picture works best. So that's a way of doing it as well. But it's a way of seeing what content works and what doesn't. But what I would also suggest you do is have a look and see what other people are doing. And if you're seeing content that's getting a lot of likes and shares, take time to have a look at it and then do the same thing, but for your own product and your own services, and make it your own so it's branded to you, and that will be a really good place to start, because use the knowledge from other people. Step 3 then is that successful affiliates take consistent action. You can't just try something once, go it doesn't work, and then leave it, because, well, of course it's not going to work necessarily at the beginning, because you're learning. But you've got to be consistent. So start placing Facebook ads and record the results on a spreadsheet. If you don't record the results, how are you going to know what worked and what didn't? So you've got to record the results so that you can see how much things have cost you, the relevancy score, all of that. You put that down on a spreadsheet, and then you'll see the improvements, because this will show you where things are going wrong, where things are going right. And the only way you're going to make money in paid advertising is by learning from your mistakes. But if you don't know where your mistakes are, how are you going to learn? And therefore, how are you going to improve? You're not. So be consistent with placing your ads, and be consistent with recording the results. And that is very, very important. Record your results. And if you don't track your results, you're not going to be successful, because you're not going to know what's working and what's not working. Okay? So record your results. That's really, really key. 4th thing then is successful affiliates aren't afraid of losing money. Now, this can be particularly tricky at the beginning if you don't have a very big budget, because obviously if you don't have a big budget, you want to make sure you get the most from your money, and you want to be at the very least recouping what you're spending on advertising. But what you've got to do is switch that mindset and go, well, you know what? I'm going to be learning every time I see the results from the ad that I've placed, whether it's worked or not, and that's another step forward to getting things working for you. So you've got to be in it for the long game. You've got to play the long game, as the Americans say. Now, you might get 6 leads from an ad that you placed, but they might not become a customer, but you've had 6 leads from an ad. Well, that's great, because those leads are now yours. But don't just do nothing with them. You've got to send them regular content, useful content, value packed content, and ultimately over time then you'll turn those leads into customers, because they're going to think, you know what, this person knows what they're talking about, I like this person, I'm going to do business with this person. If you just leave them alone, then that person's lost forever. Okay, so you've got to do something with the leads that you get from your adverts. Don't just leave them, because you're going to be learning every advert you place. You'll have learned something different, and until you learn, you need to build real business, and you must first pay for those leads. Then eventually they're going to turn into customers, but you've got to learn that you've got to pay out initially to get those leads, to turn them into customers. And until you learn that, you're not going to be successful. Okay, so I'll say that again. Until you learn, you need to build a real business, and you first must pay for those leads, who will eventually turn into customers, who will make you money. You're not going to be successful. Okay, so be prepared to lose money. You don't have to spend a lot, but just be consistent, but be prepared to lose that, because you're learning all the time. Okay, step 5 then. Successful affiliates are curious. What is working, what isn't working. They're always willing to test new ideas, and successful affiliates don't wait to ask permission before they take action. If you think, I wonder if this will work, or I wonder if that will work, try it, because that's the only way you're going to know if it will work. Don't wait for somebody to say, yes, do that, or give it a go. Do it yourself, because if you're curious and you take a look at other things that are happening and that are working for other people, you're going to be successful yourself. So write some new ad copy and give it a shot. Have a look at what people are doing that's working, make it your own, and give it a try and test it yourself, because that will be the way you will learn and you will grow as an online entrepreneur. Because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you've got to be able to make those decisions yourself. Okay, you've got to be curious, you've got to see what's in the market, you've got to test, and you've got to be prepared to take some risks that it might not work, because it might work, but you won't know that unless you give it a go and you've tested it. Okay, and if this is what you want to do, you've got to make those decisions. So learn the skills and give it a go yourself. So just to recap then, the 5 key factors to be a successful marketer on Facebook are that you've got to be excited about what you're doing. Would you buy for somebody that's not excited about what they're doing? I would suggest not. I don't buy from people that I don't think are excited about what they're doing, certainly not if I'm doing it online. So get excited about the business you're in and the products and services that you have on offer. Differentiate yourself. It's all about brand you. So differentiate yourself from everybody else so that you become the go-to person for the products and services that you're offering. Take consistent action. Put your ads out on a regular basis. You don't have to have the biggest advertising budget going, but just be consistent in your approach, and remember to record and test the results so that you know what's working and what isn't. Don't be afraid of losing some money while you're learning, because it's not wasted money. You've learned from that. You've learned what's worked, or more importantly, what hasn't worked, so that the next ad that you'll place, the metrics will be slightly different, and you'll see the progress while you're learning throughout by recording, so you can see that you're moving forward, and so that ultimately you'll get to the point whereby things are working for you all the time because you know what works for you. Okay, and be curious. Have a look around. What are people doing? What's working for them? What isn't working for them? Because by doing that, being curious, you're going to be ahead of the game, and you'll be able to put in new ways of doing things quicker, rather than waiting for somebody to tell you this is the new way of doing things. You'll have found it yourself because you're curious to see what other people are doing, so you've gone and got ahead and found out what they're doing. Okay, so the last one is be curious. Now, to help get you going, that link above this video on my post is to a free masterclass with a gentleman called Tim Irway. Now, he is the co-founder and CEO of Elite Marketing Pro, who run the training course that I do. Now, he is responsible, and this is why this is an amazing that he's doing this masterclass. He's responsible for generating in excess of 30 million in online revenue, and that number is going up all the time. Okay, over 30 million in online revenue, and he is running the free masterclass that you can get by clicking that link at the top. Okay, now in that you're going to learn how you can put together a profitable campaign in just 10 minutes a day with as little as $10 in initial spend. Remember, I said you don't have to have the biggest advertising pot to get going. $10 initial spend, and he's going to show you how to use that and spend that the most profitable way going. And you'll see how, using the exact formula that he's going to talk you through in this masterclass, using that link at the top there, how he turned a $10 test campaign into in excess of $141,000 in sales. Now, I think we can all agree that having an increase of over $141,000 in sales would be a very nice place to be in our respective businesses. So click that link at the top there to join the masterclass from Tim Irway to find out how you can best spend your $10. So don't forget, click that link and see how Facebook ads can be used to get working for you. So I'm Coach Kelly. Hope you found this Facebook training really useful, and I'll see you on the next training. Have a great day. Bye bye.